this video will teach you how to play piano with the metronome. Learning to play piano with the metronome, it's not something that happens overnight. This is one of those things that you learn that is more of a process than just something you learn right away. It takes time. The way I suggest doing it is practice for 2 or 3 minutes per session only. And if you have the reading book downloaded, if you're practicing out of those sight reading exercises, that's the best place to practice your metronome with piano playing, because it's simple. It's just your right hand. You want something very simple. Your first task is to actually just learn to play with the metronome and worry less about your song or your exercise, and even less about what your rhythm's like, than just being able to hear that metronome and play along with it. So I'm going to turn mine on here, and you probably want to slow it down when you're beginning to about 72. You'll never want to go lower than 60, because at 60 it becomes harder to follow. You can move up when you have your pieces mastered, but make sure that you're mastering the rhythm as you move up. I'm going to take you back to Fly Away for this piece and just play the first line. What you want to do is remember that counting I'm asking you to do all the time. You've got to count right on that tick. So your counting will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the trick is to be able to count and play and somehow still hear that metronome over everything else. And sometimes you need to turn it off for a minute for a little break. But here's how the first line of Fly Away should be done. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, it can seem kind of easy when you see a teacher playing it, and for some people really struggle with this, and for some people it comes easier. But like I said, 2 to 3 minutes a day is all you should do in the beginning. You don't want to end up throwing your metronome out the window. I've had students break it on purpose. I've come back to lessons and been quite aware that the metronome's been thrown across the room. And you don't want to get to that point with it. You want to keep it in a manageable little amount. You can try practicing your scales, actually. Scales are a good thing to practice with this because they give you 8 notes. If by the time you get to the top of the scale or the end of the line, whatever you're practicing, and you're not still on target, you just keep going back and trying again. A lot of times people will get the first couple measures right, and then you'll lose it. And a lot of the reason for that is you stop hearing that tick after a couple measures. So if that does happen, what you want to do is go back, play 2 measures. When you can do 2 measures, then try 3. When you can do 3, then see how far you can go with the metronome. But the second you catch yourself getting off, go back and start again at the beginning, because you're not doing yourself any favors. You're not learning anything if you're not playing right on that metronome. You don't want to learn the rhythm the wrong way. So it's pretty strict. It doesn't have a lot of room for error, but this is going to be the single best thing that you could ever do for your rhythm and piano. And we're not going to use it on everything. We're going to use it on some things. We're going to always try and keep that metronome to under 5 minutes a day. You want it to improve your rhythm, but you don't want to become dependent on it. And magically, people who work with the metronome do get better with the rhythm, even when they're not great at the metronome. So you're still getting a lot of advantages out of it. And that's how you work with the metronome and the piano. And I would really love to hear your comments and questions on this. I know it's not an easy task, so I would love your feedback. We'll make more videos or answer your questions in any way I can help. Thank you, and enjoy your metronome.